For those who live a life of solitude, whether by choice or circumstance, the Christmas holidays can be troubling. It is the penultimate holiday on the Western calendar. After a frenzy of shopping and selling, businesses close and families gather for a day or two of togetherness, or at least that's what outsiders imagine. Family, food, and religious ceremonies dominate. Christmas music is almost unavoidable. Strangers, in all sincerity, greet you with Merry Christmas, and lights and decorations are everywhere. I mean, it's hard to ignore. But honestly, if I hear all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth or grandma got run over by a reindeer one more time, I think my head might explode. And for those who live in solitude, it can be tough. I am acquainted with the Christian tradition, although I am resolutely non-religious, but in years past, I kind of liked Christmas. As a young adult, I strived to buy presents to make people happy. I put up Christmas lights. I even sent out Christmas cards, although with a twist, like one that said, "Pizza on Earth." My mother even brought me a no-effort Christmas tree. It was about 2 feet tall, already decorated and lighted. You just folded down the branches and plugged it in. Instant Christmas. I kept that tree for years, but somewhere along the line, maybe in an overseas move, it disappeared. And so did my affection for Christmas. A few decades ago, I just soured on the whole thing. Maybe it was the incredible consumerism. Maybe it was the failed effort to give gifts that made others happy. And maybe it was the religious hypocrisy. And maybe it was just tiring of dealing with the dysfunction of my family. But I just decided to stop. I stopped giving gifts, I stopped sending cards, and I stopped offering Christmas greetings. And I stopped gathering with others. It was liberating. At first I was a bit rebellious. When people wished me Merry Christmas, I told them I didn't celebrate Christmas. One might think they would ask why, but they never did. I mean, 6% of Americans are non-Christians, and about 30% are non-religious, so I was not alone. But eventually, I mostly gave up on that as well. Now when people say Merry Christmas, it's simply easier to say, you too. Plus, they mean no harm, they just assume others are like them. So what does a non-religious person who enjoys solitude do? First, acknowledge that the holiday does highlight shortcomings in one's own family dynamics. But the image of warm family gatherings is generally an illusion. Christmas in solitude is often a better option than Christmas reliving family dysfunction. Second, stay busy. I used to remodel houses, and when I was working, I would schedule a big project for the holiday period, usually one that was a bit difficult and time-consuming. I remember on one house, I put a complex tile pattern in the master bedroom closet. To some degree, it was nothing that helped with the sale. However, the house sold on the first day it was on the market, so maybe the detail work did help. And on the same project, I worked a bit too long on Christmas Eve and went out seeking dinner. Not even the Chinese restaurants were open after 5 p.m. The holiday has that strong an effect on commerce. So I learned to stock in some food, including my traditional dinner of a frozen pizza, something I enjoy more than a turkey or a ham. Next, when my work is done, I take advantage of the business closures. First, it's great to drive the streets without the rush hour traffic. I love cars, but I hate to visit dealerships when the salespeople swarm you like flies. On Christmas Day, I can go look at all the new models in peace and solitude. It's become a holiday tradition for me. And there's no one to say, Merry Christmas. Peace and quiet. Perfect. If I'm not working on a project, I go for a long walk on Christmas Day. I choose a location where I'm unlikely to encounter others. I love to retreat to nature. I spend part of the day in quiet contemplation. Finally, with my traditional holiday pizza, I medicate liberally with alcohol, like so many men my age do. With streaming services, I don't need to watch Christmas shows or ads. I watch a secular movie, I go to bed early, and when I get up the next day, it's all over. Life has returned to normal. The store's open, the music is silent, the decorations come down, and people say hello instead of Merry Christmas. As the years have passed, my personal traditions have become more comfortable, and the drag of the holiday on my psyche has disappeared. This is my Christmas tradition. What about you? If you're a person who appreciates solitude, how do you deal with the solstice holidays?